Nothing in this life happens by accident. If you are here now, it is because Saint Michael the Archangel has already turned his gaze toward your life. He is already standing before the throne of God, interceding for your cause with power and mercy. The mighty warrior of the Lord fights for impossible battles, for the wars that seem lost, for the wounds that seem too deep, for the situations that slip from our control. Today, together as one family of faith, we surrender to Him the anguish that weighs on our hearts. We open our hands before heaven and call upon divine help to descend upon us. We believe that when hearts unite in prayer, heaven always listens. You are here in this sacred moment, in the community of the journey of faith, where we gather in prayer to seek divine protection and heavenly aid. Each word spoken here rises like incense before God. Each sigh becomes a small flame of trust lighting the darkness of our struggles. If you are in need of a miracle, if there is something in your life that requires an urgent solution, pray with me, with faith that does not falter. For God never abandons those who place their trust in Him. And Saint Michael, God's faithful warrior, is already fighting on your behalf, defending you from every force that works against your peace. Saint Michael the Archangel, Prince of the heavenly hosts, we call upon you at this very hour. Come near us with your radiant presence. Stand beside every person who listens to this prayer. Guard our hearts from fear, and let hope be born again within us. You are the defender of the people of God, the warrior who triumphs over the powers of darkness. Today we come before you, seeking the shelter of your protection. Let your light surround us. Let your courage strengthen us. Let your intercession rise before the throne of the Almighty. Stay with us, Saint Michael, for we walk through uncertain paths and unseen battles. Let no shadow overcome our faith, no fear silence our prayer. Help us remember that when heaven moves, no earthly power can resist. We open this prayer with humility and trust, ready to place every burden into the hands of God. We believe that grace has already begun its work, even before our eyes can see the answer. O Lord, stay close to us and renew our hope. Let every heart that joins this prayer feel your presence in this very moment. Saint Michael the Archangel, Prince and Protector of the armies of heaven, I come before you now, with a heart burdened by anguish and deep need. You who stand radiant in the light of God, defender of His people and guardian of every soul that seeks the truth, hear the cry that rises from my spirit. You, the tireless warrior who fought against the rebellion of darkness, and conquered by the strength of divine power, stand once more beside me in this battle that overwhelms my heart. Today I place myself entirely under your protection. I open my wounds before you, and I ask you to intercede for me before the Lord of hosts. Carry to Him the request I can no longer bear alone. You know the urgency that presses upon me, the weight that threatens to break my hope. Saint Michael, you faced the enemy and prevailed, not by your might alone, but by the glory of God's name. Now, by that same divine strength, come to my aid. If there is anything in the invisible realm trying to resist the victory that belongs to me, break it now by the fire of heaven. If there are spiritual forces standing against me, cut them off with your flaming sword, and let every plan of darkness fall into nothing. If unseen hands have built obstacles upon my path, destroy them by the power of divine justice. You, who see my tears and my confusion, you, who know the details of my struggle, stand between me and all that wishes me harm. Let your light become a wall around my heart, your presence, a shield that no darkness can pierce. You know my pain, my exhaustion, my silent despair. You know how long I have been waiting, and how faith, though trembling, still burns in my chest. That is why I come to you now, not in fear, but in complete surrender, believing that nothing is impossible for God, and that your intercession reaches even the most desperate causes. Saint Michael, I call upon you with all the strength of my soul. I cry for a miracle. I cry for an answer that will restore peace to my life. I cry for a sign from heaven, that I may know the Lord has already heard my plea. Hold me in your protection as I wait. Let no discouragement touch my spirit. Teach me to pray not only for solutions, but for trust. Teach me to see that behind every silence, God is already preparing His response. And while I wait, keep me faithful, calm, and steadfast in prayer. Let my heart rest in the certainty that the Lord never delays. He acts in His perfect time, and His love never fails those who believe. O Saint Michael, you who have walked through the fiercest fires of battle, stand close to me now. Let your strength lift me from despair, and let your sword guard the hope that still lives within me. O Lord, remain near us as we pray. Let your peace cover every heart that calls upon your name tonight. Saint Michael, glorious warrior of heaven, rise once more with your flaming sword drawn for the children of God. If there is anything attempting to stand against my victory, break it now, in the name of the Lord. If spiritual powers have surrounded me, if forces unseen have plotted against my peace, let your light pierce through the darkness and scatter them forever. Cut every tie that binds me to fear, every shadow that tries to silence my prayer. May your sword blaze through every chain of oppression, destroying all that keeps me from the grace that I seek. You see what I cannot see. You walk through realms beyond my understanding. Stand at my side in this unseen war, and do not let the enemy whisper lies into my heart. If there is anything hidden that delays the answer I await, let it be revealed and undone by divine power. If doors have been closed before me, let them open now by the command of heaven. If my path has been blocked by despair, clear it with the breath of your strength. For where your light shines, no darkness can remain standing. Saint Michael, you know the struggles that I carry. You see my weakness and the weight of my longing, but you also see the faith that endures in me, a small flame that refuses to die, a hope that keeps looking toward the light. In this very moment, I give you my battle, every obstacle, every tear, every unanswered prayer, I place into your hands and under your shield. Fight for me where I cannot fight. Protect me in the places I cannot reach. Lift me when I am too weary to stand. You who have already conquered evil by the authority of God, fight again on behalf of all who call your name. Defend our homes, protect our families, and let no force of darkness come near those who trust in the Lord. Let your victory echo through every part of our lives, until peace returns and faith is restored. Saint Michael, break what must be broken. Destroy every resistance to the blessings meant for us. Let your flame consume all deceit, all fear, all confusion born of the enemy's schemes. Let nothing remain but the light of God's truth, shining through every wound and every doubt. When we feel powerless, remind us that heaven still fights. When our strength fades, remind us that the Lord's army never tires. And when fear rises, teach us to speak again with courage. God is my defender, and His angel stands with me. O Lord, you see every tear. You know every silent plea. Send your power now through Saint Michael's intercession. Let our hearts be steady and our faith unbroken. May we remember that no darkness can prevail. Where your name is spoken in faith, stay with us, Saint Michael, until the victory you won in heaven becomes visible in our lives here on earth. O God, surround us with your holy light. and let your angels guard us in every step we take. Saint Michael, touch my life now with the fire of your light. If the grace I seek is for my health, then, by the mercy of God, place your hand upon my body and spirit. Heal me, restore me, and renew the strength that has been fading. Let every breath become praise to the Creator. If my request is for work, for provision, for daily bread, open the doors that have long been shut. Remove every obstacle that holds back providence. Let abundance come through grace, not greed, so that all we receive may bless others and glorify God. If the blessing I seek lies within my family, Saint Michael, breathe peace into our hearts. Restore the bonds that were broken. Bring reconciliation where pride once ruled. Let forgiveness flow like living water, and bind us again in love that never fails. You know that God's time is not our own. Teach me to trust that divine rhythm. When I grow impatient, whisper courage to my soul. When doubt creeps in, remind me that every promise of the Lord arrives exactly when it should. Today I place my confidence in heaven's plan. If this grace is meant for my good, then I know it is already on its way. No force of darkness can hinder a blessing decreed by God. Saint Michael, surround me with angels. Let no fear, no confusion, no unrest separate me from the mercy prepared for me. Strengthen me in the waiting. Deepen my faith in the silence. Help me rest knowing that the Lord's will is perfect. O Saint Michael, keep my heart steadfast. Let patience become my prayer, and hope my daily song. O Lord, comfort the weary and lift the broken. Let your peace fill every heart that waits for you. Write with faith. My victory is already on its way. I, Saint Michael, invincible warrior of the Most High, before you I lay my urgent cause. No battle is won without faith. Even when I see no sign, I trust that heaven is already moving. Your flaming sword cuts through the shadows. Where your light shines, despair retreats. Let your courage awaken our faith. If chains still bind me, break them now. If dark powers delay my blessing, dissolve them by God's fire. Should the doors remain closed, open them through divine command. For no wall can stand when the Lord Himself declares freedom. If this grace is within God's design, then it is already being released. If it must come later, teach me holy patience. Remind me, heaven is never late. So many hearts cry out tonight for a sign. Let your light reach each one, O Saint Michael. Let no tear go unseen, no prayer unheard. When faith trembles, strengthen it. When fear returns, restore courage. My struggle is not against people, but against invisible forces of doubt and darkness. Yet I proclaim, my life belongs to the Lord. No snare of evil will prevail. You are my shield and my defense. Even if my cause seems impossible, I know that with God, all things are possible. Therefore, I choose to believe. My solution is already on the way. Do not let my faith be stolen, nor my heart surrender to fear. Touch me now, Saint Michael. Remove anxiety and excessive worry. Let the peace of heaven fill me. Give me quiet confidence and steady faith. I know the answer will come. The miracle will unfold in its time. My cause is already in God's hands. Through your mighty intercession, today I proclaim with certainty, Saint Michael fights for me, and my victory is already guaranteed. Write with faith. My victory is already on its way. Saint Michael, let not my faith be shaken. When confusion surrounds me, teach me to stand upon the rock of trust. For God's hand is never still. He works even when I cannot see. My battle is not against flesh and blood, but against powers that try to steal my peace. Yet I declare, My soul belongs to the Lord. No weapon shall prosper. You are my defender, radiant with God's fire. When fear rises, be my shelter. When my strength fades, be my courage. Though my cause seems impossible, I still believe nothing is impossible for God. He hears the cry of the faithful, and lifts those who seek Him sincerely. So I will trust even in silence. If fear comes, remind me that God stands beside me. If weariness comes, lift my eyes to the cross, where love already triumphed. Saint Michael, guard my nights from anxiety. Keep me from believing the lies of despair. Because if God is for me, nothing can stand against me. Touch my heart once more. Let serenity replace restlessness. Fill me with confidence born of prayer. The Lord's plan is unfolding, and the dawn of victory is near. O Lord, renew the courage of your people. Let every praying heart feel your nearness. For no night lasts forever, when faith remains alive. Saint Michael fights for me, and by God's will, I shall not be defeated. At this moment, Lord, I renew my faith. I trust that you are already at work. What seemed impossible is being transformed. Before my urgent cause I choose rest over fear. I renounce doubt, despair, and unrest. For Saint Michael goes before me, clearing the path and preparing my victory. Surround me with your light. Strike down every hidden barrier. Your protection never leaves me, even unseen. You guide my steps. I am not alone. The army of heaven stands beside me. Their wings shelter my heart from the storms of fear. Teach me to wait with patience. Help me to rest without losing hope. Even in delay, let me see your purpose. Intercede for all who pray tonight. Let no cry go unanswered, no heart remain in sorrow. Let your peace invade every home. I place my life, my family, my dreams in God's hands. If He wills, this grace is already being poured out. No evil can stop it. No darkness can hinder it. My victory is decreed in heaven. I do not walk alone. Saint Michael is with me. Cover me with your shield. Strengthen my faith, and keep my hope burning bright. I already receive my grace. I already thank for the miracle coming near. Let what was bound be freed. What was lost be restored. What was impossible become real. By the power of God, right with faith. My victory is certain through the power of God and Saint Michael. Saint Michael, look with compassion upon every heart praying right now. So many seek a sign, a miracle, a word of comfort. Let no one feel abandoned. Let divine mercy reign upon every weary soul. Strengthen the faith of the tired. Lift those crushed by sorrow. Where fear has entered, let courage return. Where confusion reigns, let clarity arise. Lord, so many are afraid of tomorrow. Through Saint Michael's intercession, let every prayer find its echo in heaven. Turn each sigh into blessing, each cry into new strength. Intercede for all the sick, the grieving, the forgotten. Wrap them in your protection. Let your light reach every hidden pain. I offer you my family, my friends, my dreams. Let every plan be aligned with your purpose. Nothing happens outside your will. If you desire, the grace is already flowing. No darkness can stop what heaven decrees. The victory is written. We walk by faith, not by fear. Saint Michael walks beside us, opening paths and carrying heaven's answer. Cover us with your shield. Seal us with your light. Strengthen our hope forever. The miracle is being prepared. The Lord's timing is perfect. Saint Michael, radiant with victory, stand before us as we give thanks. Cover us with your shield of light, and fill our hearts with strength. Our faith stands firm. Our hope endures. God watches over us in every hour. We thank you, Lord, for grace already moving, for blessings already unfolding. I have received my grace. Chains are broken, paths are open, losses are turning into restoration. Where your spirit moves, there is freedom. Let Saint Michael's flame burn in our homes. Guard our families, fill our nights with peace. We thank you for unseen victories, and for plans guided by your perfect love. Let every voice of prayer rise like incense. Fulfill every promise spoken by faith. Our victory is decreed, sealed by Christ, and defended by Saint Michael's sword. No darkness can undo it, no fear can survive before God's light. Stay with us, O Protector. Strengthen our hearts and fill us with peace. Let every blessing become testimony of your glory. Saint Michael the Archangel, we honor and thank you. Continue to defend us, guide us, and lead us into the everlasting light of God. Write with faith, my victory is certain through the power of God and Saint Michael.